everybody, and happy Monday. Welcome to Ozarks Live. Look who's here. It's Cami. Good to have you in.
Thanks for having me today, Joy.
Well, thanks for coming in. She brought the sunshine with her. If you hadn't looked outside, it's nice to finally see some sun, isn't it?
It is, at least for a few days, I think.
I hope so. Well, it's going to rain later in the week, but we won't worry about that right now. We'll just enjoy what we've got. So what have you got coming up? Anything exciting with you this weekend?
Well, you know, it's field trip season with the schools, and so
everybody's on a field trip.
They are, and so I went on one last week with one son to Wonders of Wildlife.
Okay.
And next week, or no, later this week, I'm going with another son to the animal safari. Wild Animal Safari.
Yeah,
yes. So
I was
that
just
should be a
out
lot
there
of fun.
a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just field trip hopping right now.
You might be able to get a selfie with the camel. Have you been out there to meet? I mean, the animals. You know, they come right up to your car, and so and of course the kids love it. I'll bet your kids will take maybe the tram tour, the little deal where you get on.
I'm not 100% sure. I know that we're all going to be together on part of it, so I don't know if that's a tram or a bus or what.
Yeah, they have this, you know, it goes through the park, and all the animals come just right up to you, and it's up close and personal, but
I haven't been there in years, so.
Well, you know, you forget how much fun it is until you're there, and the kids will love it. I remember, see, my kids are old enough that they don't do as much of that, sort of just regular field trips for the little ones. How old are your kids again?
Well, I have a 13, a 9, and a 7. So I went with the 7-year-old last week, the 9-year-old this week, and it's really neat that we have those places so close, though, to go.
Oh, it's fantastic,
I mean, it's great that they take advantage of that.
I couldn't agree more. Well, this weekend I had a fun time. You've been to Eureka Springs? Love Eureka Springs.
What did
A friend
you
of mine
do?
had a lovely party down there. There was this is kind of crazy, an Artrageous parade. You know, it's a very artsy city.
Sure.
So we go down there for this Artrageous parade, and my friend has this patio porch party at her home, which is just a beautiful space. She's got food, she's got a musician, and we had so much fun at the party we missed the parade.
Oh my goodness.
I know. We were walking through Eureka Springs going, where's the parade? You know, but they were like, well, it was right up there. But you know, it's very hilly, and if you don't know where you're going,
see everything from where you are because you can't see past what's around you.
Exactly. And you'd think you could hear a parade, or you'd think you would see some traces of it. We saw like the last thing going way up the street. I said, oh well, it's all good. But it was really
maybe it was a
fun.
short parade.
They said it was very short. They said it wasn't like this long drawn out deal like some of the ones here in town are, but still, sorry I missed it, but man, what a great place to visit. It was
sounds
really
like you had a great time anyway.
I did. I had a great time for sure. Okay, and we have a great show for you this afternoon. Archie is back in the kitchen from Perkins Restaurant, and we will check in with Tom over at McDonald's in Ozark. But before we get to it, we're going to show you what is on our radar. Okay, so Cami, do you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I have not. Okay. I'm missing it, I guess.
I hadn't either, and our audience knows this, until the last season. Okay. And for whatever reason, I decided I'm going to just start watching the show, which I do. Last night, though, and I was not one of these, some eagle-eyed viewers spotted something in Game of Thrones that I missed. Show you a picture here. Look around at that. I know it's a little dark. Is there anything in that picture that looks a little bit out of place to you? Anybody see anything at all?
Oh, yes.
Do you? What is it?
That cup.
Yeah, very good, very good. If you take a still of it, you can kind of see it better. And there's a little closer look. Either this is the shrewdest marketing I have ever seen out of Starbucks, or somebody in the cast accidentally left their Starbucks cup on that table. There's another one with the arrow pointing to it so you can see it. Now this, of course, you know, the video's moving. It's a quick shot.
Yes.
But how in the world do they miss this? All the money and time they spend on this. TMZ says if you fast forward about 17 and a half minutes in, you can see it. The best way to view this gaffe, in my opinion, is to go to Twitter and read all of the jokes about it. That people are joking that, you know, the potential to rule the 7 kingdoms does not mean that the barista is going to get your name right, because they write your name on the Starbucks cup. So not even the kings and the queens and the royals are going to get that. But is that crazy?
That's funny. I love bloopers like that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's so much fun. It's like who's the person you had the one job The one continuity job, one little job, and you just, I guess everybody's
Totally
got
missed it.
Starbucks
That's
in,
right.
you know, Winterfell or whatever. Anyway, so.
Well, speaking of thrones, in case you haven't heard, Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, have a baby.
Yes, they do.
And it's a boy. Here's the royal Instagram. It says the Royal Highness's son weighs 7 pounds, 3 ounces. Harry and Meghan are very social media savvy, apparently.
Yes.
And a more traditional formal notice of the birth was placed outside Buckingham Palace, too. This baby is 7th in line to the throne. So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance. It's a long one, but there's a chance.
Prince Harry delighted the media and did something almost unheard of. He walked out in front of the royal stable and says the birth of his son was one of the most, quote, amazing experiences I could ever possibly imagine. How any woman does what they do is beyond comprehension.
Thank you, Harry.
Amen.
I would agree.
Thank you,
got
Harry.
3, I've got 2. It is not an easy thing, childbirth.
That's right.
But I thought that was really neat. I was watching some of the morning shows this morning. Of course, they broke in and said the baby is finally here. And, you know, I think they waited to find out what they were having unless they just weren't telling us.
Sure.
It could be that they
Maybe
knew.
we weren't privy to that information.
I can't imagine that
don't
they
know why.
wouldn't be right up front with us on that
No,
whole thing.
doesn't make sense.
Anyway, so the baby's here, and you know, all of
Congratulations
England is
to
flipping
them.
out. It came
Yeah.
about midnight our time.
Okay.
So a lot of the morning news shows were still speculating as to when the baby would be born, and then they broke in and said, "Oh, it was born several
There he
hours
is.
ago."
There
So
he is.
there you go, the big news of the day. All right. I have some news about Barack and Michelle Obama. Okay? We all know that she was a huge advocate of healthy eating, especially for kids.
Yes.
Well, now she and her husband are apparently taking this effort to Netflix. Right?
Interesting.
Yeah, the Obama's production company Higher Ground says it's working on a healthy eating show for Netflix that is aimed at children. The publication Eater says that the show looks to be a fun one entitled Listen to Your Vegetables and Eat Your Parents. Instead of listen to your parents, right? It will explore families around the globe and tell an adventurous story of food. The show is reportedly meant to teach kids where their food comes from and encourage healthy eating, which is never a bad thing.
So is it kind of documentary style here?
You know, it almost sounds like a fun kids show, but documentary style.
Kind of traveling?
In a way that kids would understand it and hopefully embrace it. You know, so we'll see.
I'm interested.
I know. It would be interesting to see because we all like you know, the kids are targeted so often with sugary foods, sugary drinks. You know, they put all the stuff in the grocery store where the kids can see, oh, I want this, I want that. And who can blame them? It's marketing. But
and they're good at it.
Yeah, they're
so this is interesting. And hopefully it works.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think there's several different things in the works with that production company, but we'll let you know if we find out more. All right, coming up, speaking of food, we're going to head over to the kitchen to see what is new at Perkins.
Don't go away. Ozarks Live is just getting started.